Hello, LEGO fans. It is Andy here. Thanks for tuning into my channel. I do appreciate it. And I want to first apologize for getting this video out so late. But I've been feeling a little bit under the weather, as you can probably tell in my voice, over the weekend. So I didn't get this recorded as quickly as I wanted to. But nevertheless, here it is. As you recall from last video, I was having an issue with not having enough green plate to finish the last two corners on my layout here. Well, I managed to source enough green plate out of my boxes, my packed boxes. I found the 10th curve that was in the box, but it was in pieces. So I just kind of took the pieces and put together a new one. So I got both the green plates in there for the current corners, but then I ran out of 1x2s with the slide. Right, you see them right there? So I couldn't finish ballasting the track. Here, I got two pieces done there, and then I ran out. So I went ahead and slapped it on the platform as is. As you can see over there, that one doesn't have any ballasting whatsoever. But I got it on there, and I can run the train completely around, no problem. Of course, I've got to still ballast or Mills plate that track in between there. That's kind of sagging a little bit. And I had to put two pieces of flex track here. I had three pieces in there, but I had to cut it back to two because, as you can see, the curves aren't up against the wall like I wanted them to be. Unfortunately, it would not come out right. It would not fit right with them up against the wall because you had basically a gap there that was less than a piece of flex track. So there was really nothing I could do. I mean, there's nothing I could do to fill anything that's less than a width of a flex track. I mean, as you can see there, the gap is only like maybe an inch, 3/4 of an inch to an inch. So I had to just move everything this way to make it work out. So now, obviously, the only thing that's lacking is getting the 1x2 with the slide to finish up the ballasting on the curved track, finish up the Mills plating on the straight track over here and over there. As you can see, there's a little rundown there too. But like I said, the train does run all the way around without any issue, so that's cool. Anyways, so let's do that. Let's run the train all the way around the layout. So yes, as you can see, the train does go around the entire layout without an issue. It's a little rough there in the corner because of the unballasted and Mills plated track, but we got her going. That's the important part, right? So I'll get that. I've got an order in right now. I've got an order in for the 1x2 slide to get that finished up. So as soon as we get those in, we will finish up the ballasting and then finish up the Mills plating on the other straight track as well. So there you go, guys. Awesome, huh? Now, as far as this part over here goes, I separated the apartment building and the boutique hotel by a lot of your suggestions in the comments on last video said that they didn't really look good together because of the height difference, which I would have to agree with. I mean, I thought they looked okay, but yeah, I mean, that is quite a bit higher than the hotel. So it was a good place to put my my raised line through here. So that's what I did. So what we'll have to do is we'll need a half a building right there, a half base plate building to fill that spot. And then this apartment building, let me see if it can go right up against there. Let's go around the other side. I don't know if that can go right up against there, to be honest, because of the curve. Let's get that out of the way. Yeah, this is only going to be able to go to, well, about right there, which that's pretty close. It's actually quite closer than it needs to be, because this is a half base plate that this track will sit on. Then you put a half a building in right here. I don't know what half building I'm going to put in. I might have to build a custom one or something, because I've already got the bakery allocated for over there. So, but anyway, what does it look like with that raised line coming right by the apartment building? Does that look stupid? Or do you think that looks okay? See, the way I got it here is this raised line will come out and go not over the track, but parallel to the track out here on this half a plate that's left over from on the outside here. So that'll go, instead of curving along with this track, it'll go straight across. So it'll come over this curve and go straight across and then curve around here. And it'll be on top of this track here, but it'll be underneath, this track will be underneath a raised position that'll be the equal height as the raised train line, and we'll have retainer walls covering it up. So you'll see the raised line on top of it, but you won't see this line underneath of it because it'll be covered up. So it won't be as if it's going directly. I mean, it is going on directly on top of the track, but in kind of a weird way, or a different way. So that's how I plan to run the raised line. And then over here on the other side, I plan to take it straight in here, and then it will turn. It'll turn sooner than this turn, I think, and go straight across here, over top this track, and over to there, and then it'll loop around. It won't go all the way to the wall like that's going, because it's going to have to go around the mountain. So it'll loop around and then catch up with that raised line, a raised platform over there on that side. So it'll be kind of like an oval, but with this little bump out right here. So what do you guys think about that? You think that's a good idea? Or you think it's you think this running through the town like this looks dumb? I don't know. I mean, that's the way it was before. That's the way it was on the other platform, except it wasn't like through the downtown area. It was a little bit away from the downtown. But in this platform, I've got a bigger downtown than I had before. So leave me your opinions in the comments below, and we'll take it from there. Once again, I do apologize for my voice. Like I said, I've been a little bit under the weather, and so my apologies, but you'll have to deal with it for right now. So anyways, we got the ground line running, as you saw, nice and smoothly. And we started on the raised line here just to sample what it would look like running through here. And I got to get all the heights and everything figured out as far as how many 2x2s on the bottom of these truss pieces to put on to make up for where it sits on the track and where it doesn't sit on the track. But then again, this will have a base plate under it eventually, so that will all change. But like I said, I want to get it even with the raised platform on the other side that I plan to put in, but have not yet. So, alrighty. As far as anything over here goes, nothing has changed. Everything's still the same as it was on the last video. And I've got a lot of work to do in terms of finishing the ground line, ballasting, and mills plating as soon as my order comes in. And that order also contains some new sets that were released on March 1st. So I'll show those to you as well as soon as that order comes in. But that's all I got for you guys today. I do appreciate you guys taking me along on Let's Talk About Lego. Again, I apologize for the video being late, but it is what it is. So take it easy. Have a good day or night, and I'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye-bye.